What if one small kind act could really fix a broken family in the end? Lily fixed her white and blue uniform as she started her shift at Green Leaf Bistro. It was a sunny morning with clear blue skies, and the place was full of people eating breakfast. Light came in through the big windows, making all the tables shine bright. Lily had been working at this bistro for 1 full year now. She knew how to help customers feel good and happy during their meals. Every day, she woke up early in her small house on the edge of town. Her alarm rang at 6 in the morning without fail. She got out of bed and fed her cat first thing every time. The cat's name was Mittens, and it meowed loud for food each morning. Lily poured some dry food in the bowl and patted the cat on the head gently. Then she made her own breakfast, just toast with jam and a cup of hot tea. She sat at the kitchen table and thought about the day ahead at work. Work started at 7, so she had to hurry to get ready. She washed her face, brushed her teeth, and put on her uniform with care. The white shirt was clean, and the blue skirt matched perfect every day. She tied her hair back in a simple knot and looked in the mirror for a check. "You can do this," she said to herself with a smile on her face. On her way to work, Lily walked through the quiet streets in the early light. Birds sang in the trees, and the air smelled fresh from last night's rain that fell. She passed by the park where kids played sometimes after school hours. But it was too early for that now in the morning. The bistro was only 10 minutes away, and she liked the walk a lot. It gave her time to think about life and family. Lily thought about her family a lot during these walks. She had a little cousin named Ben who lived with her aunt in the next town over. Ben was 5 years old and had trouble with loud noises and bright lights all the time. He liked to line up his toys in rows and spin things like tops or wheels for hours. Lily visited them on her days off from the bistro. She played with Ben and helped her aunt understand him better each visit. "He has a special way of seeing the world," Lily would say to her aunt. Her aunt nodded and thanked her for the help she gave. That made Lily feel good inside her heart every time. She wanted to help kids like Ben whenever she could in her life. When she got to the bistro, the door was locked as usual in the morning. Lily used her key to open it and step inside. Inside, the place was dark and quiet before the day started. She turned on the lights and started to set up the tables one by one. She put chairs down around the tables and folded napkins neat into shapes. The menus went on each table, and she checked the coffee machine to make sure. It made a humming sound as it warmed up for the customers. Soon, her boss Tom came in through the back door. He was a tall man with gray hair and a kind face that smiled. "Good morning, Lily. Ready for a busy day ahead?" he asked her. Lily smiled and said yes, she was ready. Other workers came too, like the cook and another waitress named Sarah. They all got ready together as a team. At 8 o'clock, they opened the doors for the first time. The first customers came in right away to sit down. An old man sat at his usual spot and ordered black coffee like always. Lily poured it quick and added a smile to her service. "Here you go, sir. Fresh and hot just for you." He nodded thanks and took a sip. The morning got busier fast with more people coming. Families came for breakfast with kids in tow. Business people stopped for quick meals on their way. Lily took orders and brought food without stopping for a break. She liked the rush because it kept her mind busy all the time. Then she saw a new table with a boy and an older woman sitting there. The boy was about 6 years old with a small build. He had short black hair cut neat and big eyes that looked around the room fast, like he was checking everything out. The woman was his nanny, Mrs. Lee, who took care of him. She had gray hair tied back and wore simple clothes that were clean. Mrs. Lee sat down and opened a book to read right away. She did not look at the boy much while she read. The boy, Sam, picked up his spoon from the table setting. He started to spin it slow, over and over in circles. The spoon went round and round in his small hands without stopping. Lily watched from the counter while she filled water glasses for other tables. It made her think of Ben again, her cousin. Ben spun things when he felt nervous or needed to focus on something. Lily decided to say hello when she took their order to be friendly. She walked over with her notepad in hand. "Good morning to you both. What can I get for you today?" she asked in a friendly voice. Mrs. Lee looked up from her book for a moment. "Coffee for me, black please. Milk for the boy and some plain toast with no butter." Sam did not look up at all from his spoon. He kept spinning the spoon without a word. Lily wrote it down and said, "Coming right up in a minute." She glanced at Sam and added more, "That's a nice spin you have there on that spoon. It looks fun to watch it go." Sam did not answer, but his spinning got a little faster after she spoke. Lily went to the kitchen and got the drinks ready quick. She brought them back to the table without delay. Sam took the milk and sipped it slow, still holding the spoon in one hand tight. Mrs. Lee went back to her book without saying more to Lily. As the bistro filled up more, a family of 4 sat at the table next to them. The family had 2 kids who laughed and talked loud from the start. They told stories about their weekend trip to the zoo with excitement. "The monkeys were so funny and jumped around," one kid said loud. Everyone laughed big, the sound bouncing off the walls like an echo. Sam stopped sipping his milk all of a sudden. His face changed to look upset and scared. He put both hands over his ears tight to block the noise. A small whine came from his mouth as he tried to hide. His body started to rock back and forth in the chair slowly. Mrs. Lee slammed her book down on the table with a loud thud, her face turning red with anger. "Sam, stop that right now," she shouted, her voice sharp and loud enough to make nearby customers turn their heads. She grabbed his arm roughly, shaking it a little. "Be quiet and sit still, you hear me? You're embarrassing me in front of everyone. Why can't you just act normal for once?" Sam rocked harder, his whine turning into louder cries, tears streaming down his face as he tried to pull away. "No more of this nonsense. I said stop." Mrs. Lee yelled even louder, her frustration boiling over, making Sam shrink back in fear. Other customers noticed the scene unfolding. Some looked with pity on their faces. A woman whispered to her friend at the table, "Poor little guy, he looks so upset." But a man at another table shook his head in disapproval. He said loud enough for others to hear clearly, "Kids should learn to behave in public like this. This is not a playground for noise." Lily heard the shouting from across the room where she stood. She was carrying a tray of plates for another order. Her heart felt heavy and sad for the boy. She knew what Sam was feeling deep inside. It was like Ben when things got too loud or too much for him. Ben would cover his ears and need a quiet place to calm down fast. Lily set her tray down on the counter with care. She walked over to Sam's table in a calm way, not rushing to scare him more. She stepped right between Mrs. Lee and Sam, gently but firmly placing herself as a shield. "Excuse me, ma'am," Lily said in a strong, calm voice, looking Mrs. Lee in the eyes. "Please, let go of his arm. He's just overwhelmed by the noise, it's not his fault." Mrs. Lee glared at her, still fuming, but loosened her grip. Lily turned to Sam, bending her knees to be at his level but staying a few steps away from him. "Hello, I am Lily," she said in a gentle voice, soft like a whisper to soothe. "I work here, and I see you are having a hard time with the noise around." Sam peeked through his fingers at her face. His rocking slowed a bit as he listened. Lily smiled warm to make him feel safe. "I like your spoon trick because it spins really well and looks cool to see." She paused to let him think about her words. "Want to see something fun that we have in the back room here? We have puzzles there, and you can put the pieces together in a quiet spot away from everyone else." Sam looked at her for a long moment without moving. His tears stopped falling, new ones down his cheeks. He nodded his head just a little to say yes. Mrs. Lee huffed, crossing her arms, but didn't argue more as Lily led them away. "That sounds good for him now," she muttered, looking relieved despite her anger. Lily guided them to the small table in the corner by the green plants. The plants made it feel like a little hideaway, safe and away from the main room's noise. No one sat there usually because it was out of the way. Lily went to the storage closet and pulled out a box of puzzles. They were simple ones for kids, with bright colors and big pieces. Animals, cars, and farms. "Pick which one you want," she said to Sam. He pointed to the farm puzzle. Lily opened it and dumped the pieces on the table gentle. Sam sat down and started to sort the pieces right away. He put all the red ones together, then blue, then green. His hands moved careful and steady, the rocking stopped, and his face looked calm now. Lily sat at the edge of the table, not too close. "You are good at this task," she said to make him feel proud. "Look how neat the colors are. It looks nice when it is all put together like that. Sam did not talk, but he worked faster. Mrs. Lee sat across from him and sipped her coffee. He likes things in order, she explained to Lily. It helps him when the world feels too big or loud. Lily nodded understanding. My little cousin Ben is the same way. He needs quiet and routine to feel safe. It's not a bad thing. It's just his special way. Mrs. Lee smiled a little. Sam's dad is a busy man. He works long hours and can't always be here. That's why I take care of Sam. Lily listened while watching Sam fit the first pieces. The puzzle started to show a barn and a cow. Everyone needs different kinds of help, Lily said. Sam seems smart with these puzzles. Meanwhile, a man in a nice black suit sat at a far table in the corner of the bistro. He had come in early, before the rush, and ordered just a cup of tea. He sipped it slow, but his eyes were on Sam's table the whole time. His name was Robert Hayes, and he was a rich CEO. He owned big stores all over the city and even in other places. People knew his name from newspapers and TV. But right now, he looked like any other customer, sitting alone with his phone out but not really using it. Robert felt bad inside, like a heavy stone in his chest. He had not been a good dad to Sam. After his wife died in a sad accident 2 years ago, everything changed. Sam started to have trouble with sounds and changes. Doctors said he needed extra care for his special needs. Robert thought he could not do it. His job took all his time. Meetings, calls, travel. I can't give him what he needs, he told himself. So he hired Mrs. Lee to be Sam's nanny. She was good at her job, but Robert stayed away. He sent money but not time. But lately Robert missed Sam too much. He started to come to places like the bistro in secret. He would sit far away and watch his son eat or play. It made him feel close without having to talk. Today, he saw the loud family and Sam's cry. His heart hurt bad. He wanted to go over and hug Sam, but fear stopped him. What if I make it worse? He thought. Then Lily came and helped. Robert watched her talk soft and lead them to the quiet spot. He saw Sam calm down and smile small. It made Robert's eyes fill with water. She did it so easy, he thought. A stranger helped my son when I could not. Sam kept working on the puzzle. He fit more pieces and the farm picture grew. When he dropped one piece by mistake, it rolled under the table and toward the main room. Robert saw it from his spot. His heart beat fast. He stood up quick, his chair scraping the floor a little. He walked toward the table, his hands shaking just a bit. Lily noticed the movement. A man in a suit coming close. She did not know him. Her job was to keep customers safe, especially kids. She stepped forward fast and picked up the piece herself. Do you need help, sir? She asked in a strong but nice voice. She stood between him and Sam, like a wall to protect. Robert stopped walking. He looked at Lily, then passed her to Sam. His face showed sadness, and his eyes got wet from tears. I am not a stranger, he said soft, his voice low so only they could hear. Sam is my boy, and he is my own son. Lily's eyes went wide with shock. She turned to look at Mrs. Lee for help. Mrs. Lee stood up surprised and said, Mr. Hayes, you said you had a meeting today all day long. Robert shook his head slow. I lied to everyone about that. He looked down at the floor for a moment. I have been coming here to see him from a distance for weeks now. His voice cracked a little. But I was afraid that I would make things worse for him if I came close. Lily felt sorry for this man. He looked so broken inside, not like a rich CEO at all. Why are you afraid of your own son? She asked gentle, wanting to understand. Robert took a deep breath. After my wife passed away, life got hard for us. Sam needs extra help with loud sounds and sudden changes in his day. I thought I could not give him that because of my job. I work all day, every day. So I hired Mrs. Lee to take care of him. I thought it was best for him. He looked at Sam, who was now looking back with big eyes. But I miss him every single day. Mrs. Lee nodded her head. He asks about you often, Mr. Hayes. He wants his dad. Robert's tears started to fall. I know I was wrong to stay away. Lily handed the puzzle piece to Sam and said, anyone can learn how to help if they try. Sam just needs kind people who are patient with him and understand. He looked at Sam, who was now looking back with big eyes full of curiosity. But I miss him every single day more than words. I just did not know how to start again with him. Mrs. Lee nodded her head in agreement. He asks about you often, Mr. Hayes. He wants his dad to be around. Robert's tears started to fall down his cheeks. I know I was wrong to stay away so long. Lily handed the puzzle piece to Sam and said, anyone can learn how to help if they try hard. Sam just needs kind people who are patient with him and understand his needs. Sam looked up from his puzzle and said, Dad, in a small voice full of wonder and a bit of confusion in it. Why are you here today at this place with us? Robert knelt down right there on the bistro floor, not caring about his nice suit getting dirty at all. Tears ran down his face now without stop. I am sorry, Sam, for staying away so long from you. I want to be better for you starting today right now. Can I try to be a good dad again? Sam thought for a bit, his head tilted to one side like thinking. Then he nodded his head yes to agree. Okay, but Lily says puzzles help when it is hard for me to handle things. He pointed to the box on the table. Want to do one with me right here at the table together? Robert smiled big for the first time that day, his face lighting up bright. Yes, son. Let's do that together as a team right now. Mrs. Lee watched happy as they sat down and started the puzzle side by side. Lily stepped back a little to give them space to bond. But Robert turned to her and said, Thank you so much for what you did. His voice was full of feeling and thanks. You showed me how to be a dad again with your kind actions today. From that day on, Robert came to the bistro more often to spend time with Sam every week. He cut back on his work hours to make room for his son in his life. Lily saw them every week, sitting at the quiet table by the plants in the corner. Sam would bring his own puzzles or drawings from home, and Robert would listen to everything he said with full attention. One morning, a week after the first meeting at the bistro, Lily arrived at work as usual in the early light. She set up the tables and made coffee for the machine to warm. Tom, her boss, said to her, You did a good thing last time with that family you helped. Lily smiled and said thanks for the kind words. Then the door opened with a bell ring, and Robert and Sam came in together. Sam ran to Lily and hugged her legs tight like a friend. Hi, Lily. I brought a new puzzle to show you. It was a car puzzle with bright red cars and trucks. Lily knelt down to his level. That looks fun to do. Let's set it up at your table right now. They sat down at the corner table and Robert ordered breakfast for all three of them. Eggs, toast, and fruit on the plates. While they ate their food, Robert talked to Lily about recent days. I took Sam to the doctor yesterday for a checkup. They said he has autism, but it's not a bad thing at all. It's just how his brain works different from others. Lily nodded her head understanding. Ben has that too, my little cousin. He is happy and smart in his own special way. Sam ate his toast slow, cutting it into even pieces with care. Robert watched and learned from the way he did it. I used to get mad when he did things like that before. Now I see it's his way to feel safe and calm. Lily said, Yes, patience is key to help him. Give him time to do things his way. As the days went by one after another, Robert changed more in his life. He left work early to pick Sam up from Mrs. Lee's house each afternoon. They went to quiet parks where Sam could watch birds or collect leaves from the ground. One day, they came to the bistro with leaves in a small bag. Sam showed Lily the collection proudly. Look, red one, yellow one. I sorted them by color at home. Lily praised him with a big smile. You did great with that sorting. They are beautiful leaves to see. Robert smiled too at his son. We had fun in the park. No loud places or crowds there. Lily brought them juice and sat during her break time. How is work going for you? She asked Robert, curious. I hired helpers so I can be home more often now. Family comes first in my life. Sam finished his puzzle and clapped his hands. Done. See, Dad? It's a big truck. Robert hugged him gentle. Yes, son. You are so smart with puzzles. Mrs. Lee still helped with Sam, but less than before as time passed. She came to the bistro sometimes to say hello and check in. Mr. Hayes is doing good as a dad, she told Lily one morning. Sam laughs more and talks more now. Lily felt happy to hear that good news. Her own life was simple and quiet after work. After work, She went home to Mittens the cat every evening. She cooked dinner like pasta or soup in her small kitchen. Then she called her aunt to check on Ben over the phone. "How is he doing these days?" Lily asked her aunt. "Better than before. He drew a picture for you to see." Lily promised to visit soon on her day off. She thought about Sam and Robert while talking. "Small acts can make big changes in lives," she said to her aunt. Her aunt agreed and said yes. One rainy day when it poured outside, the bistro was slow with few customers. Robert and Sam came in wet from the rain on their clothes. "We need hot chocolate to warm up," Robert said at the counter. Lily made it with marshmallows on top for them. Sam sipped slow and careful. "Rain is loud on the roof and windows," he said with a frown. Robert nodded and put his arm around him. "But we are safe here inside the bistro." They did a puzzle of a house with a roof. Lily joined them for a bit. "This piece goes here in the corner." Sam agreed and fit it in. Robert looked at Lily across the table. "You are like family now to us. Thank you for everything you did." Lily blushed a little. "I just did what was right that day." Weeks turned to months as time moved on. Sam started a new school for kids like him with special needs. Robert went to meetings with teachers to talk about Sam. "He needs quiet time during the day," he told them clear. The teachers listened and made plans to help. Sam made a friend at school named Tim who was nice. Tim liked puzzles too and played with Sam. They played together after class sometimes. Robert told Lily about it at the bistro one day. "Sam is happy at school now. He talks about Tim all the time at home." Lily smiled wide. "That's wonderful to hear. Friends are important for kids like him." Robert started a group for parents at the community center. It met once a week in the evening. "For families with special kids like Sam," he explained to Lily. "Will you come and share your stories with us?" Lily said yes, she would love to help. The first meeting had 10 people in the room. Parents sat in a circle on chairs. Kids played in the corner with toys and games. Robert spoke first to the group. "I was lost until a waitress helped me see my son clear." Everyone clapped their hands. Lily shared about Ben, her cousin. "Kindness helps a lot. Listen to what they need each day." Parents nodded and shared their own tales one by one. One mom said her daughter liked spinning things too like Sam. "We buy special toys now for her to use." The group grew bigger over time. More people came each time to join and learn. Lily's days were full with work and helping. Work, home, group meetings kept her busy. She helped at the group with snacks and games for the kids. Kids loved her and called her name. "Lily is nice to us," Sam said one day. Robert agreed with a nod. "She is the best." One day, Robert asked Lily to dinner at his house. "Just us three for a meal. At my house this weekend." Lily said okay, she would come. The house was big with nice rooms and furniture. Sam showed her his room upstairs. Toys lined up neat on shelves. Drawings on the wall from school. Dinner was chicken and rice with veggies. They talked and laughed around the table. "This is good food," Lily said after eating. Robert smiled at her. "Thanks to you for coming over." Sam grew taller as months passed by. He learned new things at school and home. Robert took him to see stores he owned one weekend. "This is Dad's workplace," he said to Sam. Sam looked around quiet at the big space. "Lots of people and things here." Robert held his hand tight. "We can leave if too much for you." But Sam stayed and looked more. "It's okay, I like it." Lily heard about it at the bistro later. "Proud of him for trying new things," she said to Robert. The family got closer every day because of that one kind morning at the bistro long ago. Robert never forgot what happened that day. He sent flowers to Lily on her birthday as a gift. "For being kind to us always." She put them in a vase at home on the table. Mittens sniffed them curious. Life was good for everyone now. Mrs. Lee eventually retired, but she visited sometimes to see Sam's progress. "You turned things around," she told Robert. He thanked her for her early help, even if it was rough at times. Years later, Sam was confident and happy. Robert balanced work and family well. Lily became a close part of their lives, helping with the group and more. The small act of kindness from Lily had created a ripple of change, showing that understanding and patience could heal even the deepest wounds. In the end, the family thrived, all because a waitress stepped in to protect a special boy from harm.